channel. It's been a minute. Um, yeah, 2020, eh? Well, I don't want to get into all that has kept me away. I'll get into that in some other videos. As the channel's called The Life's Many Journeys, and folks, I've been through some journeys in the last little while. But as I said, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in another video. Um, this is just a preamble for my knee replacement video. I'm still gonna complete the series, and it hasn't completed yet. I think my last video I left off with the day and night of surgery, and in that video you saw that I was having some hard times that night with the oxygen levels dropping and so on. So we're just gonna dive right back in and just continue the journey right from there. So in the upcoming clips, what you're gonna see is day after surgery and 2 days after surgery. So they're gonna kind of be combined. And really on those 2 days, it was just in the hospital, they're trying to regulate medication. Because you can't leave unless they know that you're responding well to your medication. They want to get you up and walking like right away. So the day after surgery, the physio therapists, they were in and having you do knee exercises, changing bandage, and getting you up and walking to the washroom, right? So I did that fairly well on the day after surgery. The only problem that I continued to have day after surgery was the medication. It was still impacting my blood pressure. So for the day after surgery, they were still sort of trying to monitor that. And get me to the point where my blood pressure was not sort of doing that nosedive on a continuous basis. So after I did my first, they changed the bandages, and I'll insert a clip of what the knee looked like the day after that first bandage change in the hospital. Just have a strong stomach. It's not pretty. It's a pretty big. So just a preamble for those who are watching. If your stomach's not strong, if you don't like to look at those things, because my kids never looked at my incision the after surgery. So I understand if people don't have a strong stomach. My son looked at it, but my daughter could never. She would never. If I at one point had to change it at home on my own, and she didn't want to know part of it and want to be in the room. So that's just to make sure that if you got a weak stomach, that you're prepared for. So we did that. I got up, did my walk to the washroom. They showed you how to get up out of the bed properly without hurting yourself, how to get seated on the toilet and back up, how to use your walker properly, and just help you, with those things that you're gonna need when you finally get home. I also had to, you also have to go through several tests. So that first day, they put you through that initial, they get you up out of bed, and then that second night in the hospital, I was, getting up, going to the washroom all on my own. I was able to use the washroom, get back into bed. Yeah, and it was difficult. I'm not gonna say it was easy. It was difficult. But, you know, I was really pushing myself because, you know, they said that we should be able to do this. So I wanted to be able to do this. So, you know, and of course, because, you know, I'm like a 48-year-old doing it. So I need to be able to do this. I mean, if they were expecting 80-year-olds to do it and 75-year-olds to do it, I was 48. I was damn well gonna do it. So, yeah, did that. And so the first night, that was the case. Never had to use any more bedpans because, you know, having the nurse come to your bed and push that bedpan underneath you so you could go to the washroom, that was not fun. I didn't want to do that for very long, so I made it a point of getting up and out of my bed so that I could go to the washroom on my own. So the second night in the hospital, that took us into the third day in the hospital. And at this point in time, you know, then they come around. Of course, they're checking vitals all along and adjusting medications. So for me, you know, I was really hoping to go home on this day because, you know, they said that, you know, if you were good and if you're meeting all those milestones, that there was no reason why you had to be in the hospital for the 5 days. Like, you know, on the third day, you could leave. And I really wanted to get out of there. My only problem was that because my blood pressure was still low, when the nurse had come to check early in the morning, they had said, you know what, I think we're going to have to keep her in here for another day. But they called the doctor. The doctor gave a new protocol for my medications, got me on that. My blood pressure went down. Once my blood pressure went down, then they were able to call the physiotherapist, and then the final milestone that you had to meet was you needed to be able to do the stair test. So you know, they have these half stairs. It's like maybe about 6 steps that you walk up and you walk down, and if you can do that, then you can go home. So they didn't want me doing that test unless my blood pressure, because, you know, they don't want me doing that with low blood pressure and then falling over and hurting myself. So, you know, my blood pressure had to be at a place where I could. So when the nurse came in and said, yeah, your blood pressure is normal, and they called them right away, I go, please come. And up those stairs I went, and down the stairs, and they said, yep, here you go, here's your release, you can go home. So then I was on my way home. So, you know, it was that was the journey in the hospital, getting home. And then I'm gonna insert a clip of video of me home, and you know, and then my journey continued from there. And it, again, I'm many months from that surgery date, but it was worth it. I don't regret it, and I'm probably going to keep saying that in every video, even with any hardships that I faced, and the pain was intense. It was intense, but it was worth it. So here we go. I'm going to insert a video during that time. This was after I finally gotten out and gotten home, and just to show you some of the things that I was doing. Thanks again for joining. Enjoy. Bye. Well, I am home from the hospital. It is 3 days post-op. It has been rough. Right now I am icing. There's a lot of some bruising and a lot of swelling. My pillow stacked. Have my ice pack.